What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and we just got the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 6 finale, and it did not disappoint. It gave us so much action, including like Sam's new Falcon Captain America suit, which was awesome. It had like so many designs and so many cool features on it that we didn't expect on it, and now we know who the Power Broker is revealed in this episode. And there's even a post-credit scene that reveals more like what's to come into the future of the MCU. So today, this will be my full breakdown of the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 6 finale, but I do have to issue some spoilers, because if you are trying to avoid spoilers for episode 6 of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, you should click away now. But if you're still here, let's get started. So, episode 6 starts where the Flag Smashers hacked and infiltrated GRC, also known as the Global Repatriation Council. And then, this is where they were hacked. Then next, the GRC people who work there are being evacuated out of the building. Then we get the most awesome scene in this finale when the GRC people are escaping, and they realize that they can't escape, and one of the Flag Smashers prevent them from escaping. We see Sam in his new Falcon Captain America suit throwing the shield at the Flag Smashers, landing like a superhero landing pose. Then he lands, and then we get to see this awesome Falcon Captain America suit and with his shield as well. And as he was walking around, this man asks, "Who are you?" And then he says, "I'm Captain America." And then he says, "I thought he was on the moon." At which we thought it was a pretty good joke, and considering the fact that like we all thought like Steve Rogers was on the moon, but it was actually a pretty good joke too. Then as Sam, aka Falcon Captain America, is evacuating the GRC people out of the building, he gets into a fight with Batroc, aka the Leaper. Then this because when Batroc was asked, and when he went up to the Flag Smashers, he was asked to kill Falcon in the last episode. Then when the evacuation continues, Bucky and Carly are having a conversation on the phone. Then when the people of the GRC are being transported into a truck by a couple of police officers, and they realize that they're being taken hostage. Then after that, Bucky escapes on a motorcycle to help free the hostages. Then as Sam and Batroc continuously fight, we see the best moves, the best flying shield moments ever, and they continuously fight. And then after that, Bucky escapes by like jumping out and a window, and a part of the suit's abilities, the suit's features is a jet, like a flying. Sam has a flying jet on his suit. Jumps out from the building. We see one of the coolest suit features ever, which is a jet, which he enables Sam to fly. Then as Sam is trying to free all the hostages, he calls out Red Wing, which is a new feature in his new suit, because in his other suit it was revealed that Red Wing, it was hacked in his old suit, which was government property, but now with this new suit he has a new Red Wing inside of it, and as he tries to free the hostages. Then as Sam tries to save a helicopter pilot, a helicopter comes crashing down on the bridge, and then Sam uses one of his features of his new suit, which is like a force field, or it's like wings like covering the shield, covering him and the helicopter pilot, and then like it hit him the shield. And then as when it was done, people are cheering him on like he's the new Captain America, and they are cheering for him, and then he flies away. Then as Bucky catches up to the Flag Smashers, and he ends up crashing, him and Carly end up fighting. Then the Flag Smashers use a flammable gas to light the entire truck full of hostages on fire. Then U.S. Agent John Walker shows up with the shield, and then he confronted Carly about John Walker's friend Lamar dying. Then as John Walker like tries to beat out the Flag Smashers end up beating him up, and then after that he looks at the shield with one of the badges on it, and then he immediately closes his eyes, and then after that Bucky manages to save all the hostages. And then Sam comes up with a plan to save all the hostages, and then the hostages get an unknown email to put on earbuds to tell that a little birdie told him how to fly a helicopter. Then Sam goes as falling into the ocean, swimming through it, and then manages to get out. So fortunately, his new Falcon Captain America suit is waterproof, has some new features that lets him swim and then get out of the ocean. Then he tells him to count down from 5, and then we see the coolest moments and the coolest action for Falcon Captain America moments ever, with him doing a flip and then throwing the shield at the helicopter and then bouncing it back to him, and eventually freeing the pilot who is taking the hostages. Then as the helicopter starts to go down, Sam manages to knock the pilot who is taking the hostages out of the helicopter, and it lands in the ocean, and then the hostages who are the GRC people end up to take the seat, and they made the helicopter fly again. Then US Agent John Walker and Carly end up fighting, and then as they continuously fight, and then as John Walker and Carly fight, Carly kicks in the face, and then John Walker is kind of beat up. Then one of the Flag Smashers take over the driver's seat, and then as they drive to a dam filled with sand, they get out, and then they in drive mode, and then the truck without the hostages almost fall, and as they are tipping. And then, as John Walker wanted to attempt to save the truck full of hostages, he thinks, and then he throws down his shield, which he found out is made of aluminum. Then, as John Walker tries to save the truck full of hostages, he continues to beat up the Flag Smashers, and then John Walker and the Flag Smashers fall to the ground. And right when the truck was about to fall without the hostages in it, Sam, aka Falcon Captain America, saves the day. Then he saves the day by going under the truck and by going in front of it, using his jets to pick it up and to get it back on the ground. And then he uses one of his new features, which is new Red Wing technology, which this is kind of similar to Iron Man technology when it uses kind of little robots to assemble things back together. And with that, Sam saves the truck filled with the hostages, and then after that, everyone is cheering for him and calling him a Black Falcon, and then the guy says no, that's Captain America. After that, a Batroc throws a smoke bomb in front of Sam, Bucky, and John Walker. It throws smoke bombs at them, and when they can't see the smoke, Carly and the Flag Smashers manages to escape, and now they have to go look for her. Then, as Carly is escaping, she knows that that is Davich, and then she is confronted by Sharon Carter. Then it was revealed that Sharon Carter was the power broker, in which we pretty much knew that she was a power broker, and that we thought it was Thunderbolt Ross. And after Sharon Carter confronts Carly and then shots Batroc and Sharon Carter. Then after that, Sam and Carly end up getting into a fight. Then after that, when they continuously fight, Sam drops his shield, and then Carly picks up the gun and then attempts to kill Sam. And then right when she attempts to kill Sam, she is shot by Sharon Carter. We didn't see who it was because it was so fast, but it was definitely Sharon Carter. And then after that, Carly ends up dead. Then Sam comes out having Carly, who is dead, in his hands, and ends up by putting her in an ambulance. Then the people thank Sam for aka Captain America for saving the hostages and fighting the Flag Smashers. And then after that, Sam gives a monologue or speech about why he should be the new Black Captain America, the Black Super Soldier, and that millions of people would hate him for it. That millions of people would hate Sam for becoming the new Black Captain America. And then Sam and Bucky meet up, and then Sam is asked to go on a mission to help save the last Flag Smasher who is in the Hudson, who is not down, but he's hurt. Then after that, when the rest of the Flag Smashers are being transferred to a high security prison, their car eventually blows up, and then they are attacked with a bomb that blows up their truck. And then after that, we see Zemo's assistant. The next scene it takes place at the raft, who is like a Thunderbolt Ross and in charge of that prison. Then we see Zemo hearing what happened to the rest of the Flag Smashers when they were attacked by a bomb, and then Zemo just goes to relax himself. But we don't actually see Thunderbolt Ross because as you see with the raft, Thunderbolt Ross is in charge of that prison, and that he would take Zemo in to be a part of the Thunderbolts team with Thunderbolt Ross. Then next we see Valentina Algarita Devante in the courtroom with John Walker's wife, and then he asked John Walker to come out, and then we see he's in his full U.S. agent suit, which is black, one of the ones from the Marvel comics. His suit is now black, and now like what we're thinking here is that like she wants to assemble him to be part of the Thunderbolts team or the Dark Avengers. Then next we see Bucky going to make amends with people of that he's killed when he was brainwashed as the Winter Soldier by Hydra. And the first person that I go to is Yori because he killed his son, which referenced back in episode 1 when he was the Winter Soldier brainwashed by Hydra. He killed Yori's son, and then in episode 2 when Zemo looked through his journal, he mentioned Nakajima, and then when he said that he murdered him, that he showed him that like he showed Yori his arm, his metal arm, and then he tells him that it was him, and that he doesn't tell him that he was brainwashed by Hydra as the Winter Soldier by killing people, and that we could have had more of Yori. And then next it's Bucky's therapist, in which he gives her the book of the names that are crossed out, and then there's a letter sent to her that says, "I finished the book, thanks for your help, Doc." Then next Bucky is walking down the street, and then he takes a peek at a restaurant, and they see that what was once Bucky's date, and he sees Yori in there too. And then Sam goes to visit Isaiah, where they have their conversation, and then after that he takes him and his grandson Eli to the Captain America exhibit. And then he shows Isaiah a statue of him as the first black Captain America, as a reminder to him that they'll never forget what he did for the country. And then Sam and Isaiah hug. And then it ends with a big celebration with Sam and Bucky at his family's home and on his family ship called Wilson's Seafood, and then they're having a big celebration of what they did. And then it fades to black, and then we get the coolest title card ever, which is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And then it ends with the post-credit scene, which is Sharon Carter being pardoned by the government into setting her free, but by calling her Agent Carter. After she walks out, she's on a phone call with someone, but we don't know who. Maybe we assume it's Thunderbolt Ross, but she tells them that they're about to have full access to government secrets and prototype weapons, because after all, Sharon is the power broker. She's about to have access to that stuff about government secrets and prototype weapons. So yeah, with the post-credit scene for the Falcon and Winter Soldier, Sharon Carter was on the phone with somebody who was apparently maybe someone who was about to be giving them she knows government secrets and protocol weapons and prototype weapons as well, even though she is called the power broker. And John Walker sets up a lot the Valentina just set up a John Walker to be part of the Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts team. And who knows what the future awaits for Sam and Bucky, or also known as Captain America and the White Wolf, even though if season 2 is not confirmed yet, but we will have to see it in season 2. So yeah guys, that is gonna be it for my Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 6 breakdown. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you enjoy it? Give me a rating out of 10. Don't forget to give this video a like, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.